Sausage.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of First, the show where I, Marcus Ness, gives you my first impressions on a game. And this here episode is all about Music Racer Ultimate. That's right, this is the Ultimate edition of Music Racer. Now, this here episode is a bit of a cheat. A cheat in the sense that I played the original Music Racer when it came out, however long ago that was. A year? Maybe two? Maybe longer? I don't think it was longer than 2 years. But I already had experience with this game prior to this Ultimate Edition, which adds the ability to use your own music and access music from some service I've never heard of before and has, from my little experience, a lot of bad music, or at least it wasn't music that I thought was as good as the included music, or of course, music I could add myself. The way you add music is via a WebDAV server, which I've never used, and I didn't bother setting one up or doing any of that with this, so I can't speak to how good that works, but I'm assuming it does. It looks like it might be a little clunky to initially set up, but the thing about Music Racer is that there's a reason why music is the first word in the title of the game. You know why? Because Music Racer is probably, maybe 100% the best audio visualizer I've ever used. It is a visual feast for the eyes. It is gorgeous. It is so pretty. There are so many effects and things going on. It is just absolutely beautiful to look at. I love looking at this game. There are enough environments to tickle your fancy. If some don't work for you, you know, they're not all winners, but none are bad. There are just some that are clearly better than others and have a lot more going on. But it is an incredible audio visualizer, and when using music that wasn't included in the game, it still does its job. I think there might be maybe a little bit more going on with the built-in music, but even using it to create tracks for songs that aren't included in the game, it still did a pretty good job of visualizing the hell out of them. It should be important to note, and I probably should have said this at the top of the show of this episode, if you have any type of photosensitivity issues or the like, this is 100% not for you. But I've been kind of weaseling around the bigger point, the bigger picture, the real question. What about the second part of the title, the whole racer part? Well, it pains me to say this, but just like in the original version, the racing, and you're not racing against other cars or anything. The way the gameplay works is that it is a 3-lane system in the vein of endless runners like Temple Run, Subway Surfers, and the like, where you will have obstacles in your way that come occasionally, but not that often, and then notes on these 3 different lanes where you want to switch between them to hit the notes and get points, and these points you can use to unlock new cars and environments to drive in and all that jazz. The problem is the actual gameplay sucks. This is an incredible audio visualizer, Music Racer, that is. It's an incredible audio visualizer, just in case you forgot what I was talking about when I said it. But it is a terrible game. It is in no way fun to play, and I 100% guarantee if you were playing this and someone was behind you, watching over your shoulder, they would be enjoying it more, because the gameplay just isn't satisfying in any way. There is very little feedback when hitting notes. The only positive feedback you get is a little bit of visual sparks, lights coming out of it, but there's no kind of screen shake, no audio cue. There's nothing that really makes you feel like you hit that note. It just feels like you went through it, and whether or not you hit it doesn't matter. If you miss a note, there's no negative audio feedback either. You only get negative audio feedback, and I think it kind of does a little herky-jerky with the screen. when you hit one of the obstacles. And that's it. And because of that, it just makes playing the game incredibly dull. So, as far as being a good game goes, Music Racer is far from it. But as an audio visualizer, it's incredible. So it's hard to recommend it as a game. Well, I mean, it's impossible to recommend it as a game. It's hard to recommend just because if you don't care about the visuals or anything like that, or the audio visualizer aspect of it, obviously don't get it. But I think it's such a visual feast and one of the best looking games I've played, just in terms of the particle effects, the way it reacts to the music, the vibrations, everything. Like, it just is so engaging to watch. Like, it's beautiful. It just sucks as a game. So if that doesn't bother you, I think just the important thing to know is to know what you're getting when you play the game or when you go into the game. If you know what you're getting and you pull the trigger, it's only $7, I think. It's fine. But if you go in expecting a good game, you're going to leave incredibly disappointed because it's not that. But that will do it for this here episode of First. Once again, I am Mark Krishnez. Y'all can find me on Twitter and pretty much everywhere at PX Sausage if you'd like to see me streaming games like Music Racer on Limited Ultimate. There's unlimited songs if you use your own in Ultimate Edition. You can do so over at twitch.tv/PX Sausage. I'm like losing my breath. If you haven't or you aren't already checking out the videos I make, you could do that over at youtube.com/Pixelated Sausage. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell and all that jazz, baby. That's again, youtube.com/Pixelated Sausage. Speaking of Pixelated Sausage, if you put a little dot and comma after that, what do you got? What do you got? You got my website, pixelatedsausage.com, where you can find more dumb garbage like this, as well as the art I make. And if you see something you like, you can purchase a print of the piece you fancy. And if you fancy the site in general and anything that we do, please go over to patreon.com/PXS and support us that way. As always, thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed this here episode, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye!